I want to talk quickly about feeding guidelines on bags of kibble. So we have a lot of clients that'll say, well, I'm feeding what's on the bag. So this is supposed to be a guideline and is not a hard and fast rule because every dog is different. Your activity level is also going to be different. And if you're feeding treats, that also makes the amount different. So this is a guideline. So what I would do is look at what the weight your dog is supposed to be at, not necessarily what they're at. If they're overweight, you don't want to feed them the overweight amount. You want to feed them what they're supposed to be. Okay, and you start on the lower end. So let's say I have a dog that's 10 to 20 pounds. Maybe they're active, but I'm going to feed 1 cup a day. I'm going to start with 1 cup and I'm going to see how my dog's weight is. If they're too skinny after a couple of weeks of feeding 1 cup, I'm going to increase it by a little bit. If they're overweight, I'm going to decrease it by a little bit. So you have to adjust the amounts based on your dog, not based on, I'm going to go exactly with what the bag says. The bag is not always right, and that's where people run into a lot of problems. And again, if your dog is more active, one day you're going to feed a little bit more that day, or if they're less active that day, you're going to feed a little bit less. If you give a bully stick that day, you're going to feed way less, right? If you give a lot of treats that day, you're going to feed way less. Take it off the amount that your dog is eating to make sure they stay at a healthy weight.